A King and a Court of Fools by H. Ryan. Written by Larry Enright and read by Larry Enright. Copyright 2011, all rights reserved. Drive-in movie. In 1932, Richard Hollingshead Jr. patented an invention called the drive-in theater. After testing his idea in his driveway in Riverton, New Jersey, he formed a company called Park-In Theaters and built the world's first drive-in theater on Crescent Boulevard in Pennsauken, New Jersey. Opening night was Tuesday, June 6, 1933, and by the end of the 1950s, there were over 4,000 drive-in movie theaters throughout the United States. The South Park Drive-In Theater on Route 88 was one of about 7 in our area and was a real family entertainment center. It had a snack bar with everything from popcorn to fried chicken, Coke to nickel nip, wax lips, Zagnut bars, BB bats, jawbreakers, sky bars, and candy cigarettes. There was a playground for kids and a concrete patio for lawn chairs. Admission was 44 cents for adults, and kids under 12 got in free. Some kids over 12 got in free too, but only the ones who jumped the fence. After my favorite Friday dinner of Kraft macaroni and cheese and Wonder Bread garlic toast, made in the Sunbeam automatic toaster, Dad announced that we were going to the South Park Drive-In to see the movie The 10 Commandments. Tom immediately called, "Shotgun!" "You know, you always sit in the middle for drive-ins, son. Your brothers and sisters need to see, too." "But the mirror's in the way." "I'll tilt it up." "Dad, that's what you always say. It's still in the way." "And what else do I always say?" Tom scowled at the floor. "When they invent a car without a rearview mirror on the windshield, I'll be the first in line to buy one." Kate gave Dad a big hug and a kiss on the nose. "Can we use our money to buy candy, Dad? Please?" "Of course, Dumpling. But no more than a quarter. Mom's packing pop and cupcakes." Sam got up on Dad's other knee. "Aw, Dad, she never gets Coke. I don't like the Kroger Pop. It tastes funny and it has cola in it." While Dad explained the nuances of soda pop formulation and the harsh economics of a family of 7 living on an income of 1, I helped Mom pack the picnic basket with the chocolate-iced cupcakes she had made while we were at school. Mary's job on movie nights was timekeeper. She had the watch, and hers was the task of getting us out the door by 6:30 p.m. by reminding us every 5 minutes what time it was. Dad didn't get mad very often, but the one thing he didn't like was being late for a movie. "You might as well not go if you're going to miss the beginning," he always said. And he had it down to a science. The movie started at dusk. It took 10 minutes to get to the drive-in, and another 5 to find a good parking spot with a working speaker, and another 5 to get the speaker and us situated. That allowed about 10 minutes for emergency bathroom visits, which seemed to happen more often than not, and another 5 just in case. Out the door by 6:30 p.m. That was the plan. We piled into the Rambler at 6:25. Tom sat between Mom and Dad, Mary, Kate, and Sam sat in the back seat, and I rode in the way back with the picnic basket. At exactly 6:30 p.m. we pulled out of the driveway. Dad was happy we were on time. Mom was happy to be sitting in the window seat. Mary and Kate were happy to be teasing Sam, who liked sitting between them on the hump in the middle of the floor. And I was happy to be looking out the back window at the road behind us. The only one not happy was Tom. Dad thought it was because he was mad that he wasn't riding shotgun, but we knew it was because he would have rather been at home planning a mission to the Finnertys. We got to the drive-in in plenty of time, and Dad found a great spot for us near the refreshment stand and bathrooms. Not too close so we couldn't hear all the noise, and not so far that we would get lost finding our way back to the car. He rolled down his window part way, set the speaker on it, and turned it on. They were playing a song that made Mom and Dad look at each other and smile. When it ended, they started the "Come Visit Our Snack Bar" ads. Why not get a large popcorn and Coke to go with the show? And wouldn't a Baby Ruth candy bar go great with that? And what about, "Mom, may I please go to the snack bar?" "No, Mary. If you're hungry, there are cupcakes." Dad turned down the speaker. "You kids can go at intermission." "How long's the movie, Dad?" "It's 3 hours, Tom." 3 hours? For 10 Commandments? Criminy! The screen came to life, and the movie began. "And God said, Let there be light. And there was light. And from this light God created life on earth." Tom said what we were all thinking. "Where's the cartoon?" Mom shushed him. "Shh." "Man took dominion over man. The conquered were made to serve the conqueror. The weak were made to serve the strong. And freedom was gone from the world." They always start with a cartoon. "Tom, please," Mom said. Sam started whining. "I can't see. The mirror's blocking me." And then came Kate. "Mom, can you tilt your head to the right a little?" And so it went, as it always did whenever we went to a drive-in. "Cut it out, Tom. Quit waving your hand. Make me. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. Children, you just ate an hour ago. But I'm hungry. Have a cupcake." "I don't want a cupcake. I want a Sky Bar." "We don't have any Sky Bars." "They do at the snack bar." "Helen," Dad finally said. That always marked the end of the discussion. Mom looked back over the seat at us. "Would you kids like to play on the playground and watch the movie from there?" Except for Tom, we replied as one. "Yes, Mom." Tom said, "Jink, show me a Coke." The playground at every drive-in was strategically placed right in front of the screen, making it impossible to hide from your parents. We had long ago figured out that it must have been a clever mom or dad who designed drive-ins. No kid would ever have done it that way. We got out of the car, pretended to head for the playground, and doubled back to the snack bar. Sam bought big red wax lips and a Coke. Mary bought her Sky Bar, and Kate bought a Sugar Daddy. I wasn't hungry. I had already eaten 2 cupcakes, so I picked up a flyer from a stack lying on the table near the ketchup and tried to make a paper airplane from it. Tom bought a pack of candy cigarettes, the chocolate ones wrapped in cigarette paper, the ones that look real. He put one of them in his mouth, dangling it between his lips like the Marlboro Man, and stuck another behind his ear. He rolled up his shirt sleeves and wedged the rest of the pack under the fold on his left shoulder. Even I thought he looked pretty tough. When we got to the playground, we climbed the monkey bars and waved to Mom and Dad so they knew we were there. Sam sat on the very top and did his Tarzan call. Mary wanted to be Jane and pestered him to come down and have tea with their visitor, Miss Kate Livingston, wife of the famous explorer who had come all this way seeking the ape man's help to find her lost husband. I sat in the sand trying to get my plane to fly. Tom stood inside the cage of bars like a convict, with his arms hanging over the sides and the cigarette rolling around on his lips like a real prisoner. "We need a plan." He took the cigarette between 2 fingers and exhaled pretend smoke into the night air. He pursed his lips. He blew a smoke ring at me. "Missed me, Tommy." "Did not." Kate dropped to the sand. "What plan? Not another dumb plan, I hope." "Hey, it worked, didn't it?" "You were lucky." Mary climbed down too and brushed every speck of dirt from her dress. "Can we plan a tea party?" "Psst, Tom!" Sam almost fell, he came down so fast. Tom put the cigarette back in his mouth and glared at him. "What?" He pointed behind Tom. It was the Finnertys, coming out from in back of the big screen. They were smoking real cigarettes. Greg Finnerty ground his fist into the palm of his other hand. The smoke from his cigarette trailed up his nose and he coughed. "Hey, Ryan, you little jailbird, you and me need to talk." "It's you and I, stupid." Tom spit chocolate onto the sand in front of him. "Why don't you come out here and say that?" "What's the matter? Can't you hear me from there?" Greg was a lot bigger than Tom. "I had to punch your face, you little jagoff." "You could try." What's with the pirate caps, you little queers? Bill Finnerty pushed past Greg and grabbed the candy cigarettes from Tom's shirt. He crumpled the pack and tossed it into the sand. You're a real tough guy, aren't you? Tom was trying to stare him down. I could see his lip quivering. I could use a guy like you in my gang, Ryan. Come over to my place tomorrow afternoon. What do you say? The playground speaker crackled. On the big screen, a giant woman was saying, "Oh, Moses, Moses, Moses." Moses didn't look happy, but he had made his mind up and turned away from her. He was leaving. An orchestra started playing something sad. I felt like I was going to cry. What's it going to be, Ryan? Tom flicked his candy cigarette across the playground and spat out another hawker of chocolate into the sand. I'll be there. As they were leaving, Finnerty added, "Oh, and Ryan, come alone." They jumped the fence behind the screen and went laughing off into the night. Kate bopped Tom on the arm. "Are you crazy?" "I know what I'm doing." "This sounds like another one of your dumb ideas." "How else are we going to get into the Finnerty's garage? Besides, what can they do to me?" Sam came down from his perch and brushed himself off. "They'll kill you, Tom, but first they'll beat you up." I pointed to the big screen. Men dressed in rags were stomping around in mud, mixing it to make bricks while the Egyptians whipped them mercilessly. Moses was there. He was trying to help, but all he got for his trouble was a whipping, too. We couldn't take our eyes off the screen, and so were drawn into the story. The five of us stood there like statues watching it, not saying another word until intermission broke the trance. When we got back to the car, other cars were leaving. People were honking their horns, complaining and demanding a refund. Dad told us that they announced that the projector had overheated and burned through the film. So we got in line with the 400 other cars, all trying to leave at once, and headed home. "Tommy, can you fix my airplane so it flies?" I asked from the way back. "Fix it yourself." "Thomas Ryan, that is no way to speak to your brother." Mom always said our full name when she was mad. "Yes, ma'am. Pass it up, Squirt. I'll fix it." I launched it toward him, but it took a nosedive and landed on the floor in the back. Sam handed it up through the crack between the seats. Tom unfolded it carefully and stopped for a minute to read what was on the flyer. Refolding it, he stuffed it into his pocket. "I'll work on it at home, okay? I need to find a paperclip." "Okay, Tommy." When we got home, it was getting on toward 9. Mom told us to skip baths and just brush our teeth, and Dad would be up in 15 minutes to say prayers and tuck us in. We kissed Mom good night and headed upstairs. At the top of the landing, Tom pushed us all into his room, closed the door behind us, and turned on the light. "Mom said to brush our teeth," Mary protested. Tom pulled the flyer out of his pants pocket and unfolded it, and held it up for us to see. In big, bold letters, written over a picture of a lady dressed in pink, it said, "Ellie Mae Sims, the Pink Lady, at the County Fairgrounds this Sunday, one day only. Fastest woman race car driver in the world. 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Admission free."